So you're ready to get your website live, but you don't want to spend a fortune on hosting, right? The question is, where do you even start? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to find web hosting that's both great and affordable.
This is the classic problem, isn't it? You see a price that's just insanely low, and you're immediately thinking, okay, what's the catch? Is it even possible to find a service that'll actually keep your site online, reliably, without having to shell out a ton of money? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Our goal here is to help you cut through all that marketing noise. We'll give you a super simple framework to find that sweet spot. That perfect balance between price and performance. That way, you can make a choice and feel totally confident about it.
All right, let's get right into the thick of it. The real headache, the thing that drives everyone crazy, isn't just that there are a million options out there. It's trying to figure out which of those cheap hosts are actually legit and trustworthy, and which ones are, well, just cheap in the bad way.
And look, this quote really hits the nail on the head. Finding a cheap hosting provider, that's easy. But finding one that's both affordable and reliable, now that's a whole different ballgame. It's where the real challenge is.
So how do you tackle that challenge? Simple. You need a buyer's toolkit. Think of it like a checklist. A few key things you absolutely have to look for before you even think about clicking that Buy Now button. And here it is. Just 4 simple but super important steps. First up, try to stick with the big, well-known brands. The ones with a reputation to protect. Second, and this is a big one, check for those hidden renewal prices. That intro price is great, but what happens a year from now? Third, make sure it's easy to upgrade, because hopefully your site is going to grow. And last but not least, you have to demand at least 99.9% uptime.
Okay, let's zero in on that last one for a second, because uptime is a word you're going to hear a lot. So what is it? It's literally just the percentage of time your website is actually online and working. If your host has bad uptime, it means your website is down and nobody can see it. Simple as that.
And this is the magic number you need to remember, 99.9%. That's pretty much the bare minimum, the industry standard for what's considered reliable. If you see anything less than that, you're honestly just asking for trouble.
All right, let's talk about the big, scary question, the one that probably keeps you up at night. If I go cheap on hosting, is Google going to hate my website? Is my SEO going to tank?
And the answer is a pretty blunt yes. Yeah, it absolutely can affect your SEO. See, Google uses site speed as a major ranking factor. So if your cheap host crams your site onto a server with 1,000 others and it loads super slow, yeah, your rankings are probably going to suffer. Performance really, really matters. Okay, so now we've got our toolkit, we know what to look for, so let's meet the top contenders, the hosting companies that actually manage to nail that tricky balance between a low price and really solid performance.
So here's a quick look at the big 3. You've got Bluehost, which is kind of the best all-rounder for most people. Then there's Namecheap, the champion of reliability with its crazy uptime. And finally, A2 Hosting, which is all about pure raw speed. Let's start with Bluehost. Think of this one as the jack of all trades. If you're just starting out and you need a solid balance of everything, features, price, performance, this is probably your best bet.
And yeah, that price is pretty hard to argue with. $1.99 a month to get started? That's less than a cup of coffee. It makes getting online super accessible for pretty much anyone. And for that tiny price, you get a whole lot. You can host up to 10 websites, which is huge. You get a free domain name for the first year, some cool AI tools to help you build your site, and all the essential security stuff, like a free SSL certificate and malware scanning. It's a really packed deal.
Okay, next up is Namecheap. Now, if your absolute #1 non-negotiable priority is that your website is always online no matter what, then this is the one you want to look at.
And just look at that number, 100%. A 100% uptime guarantee. That is a seriously bold promise. If you're running a business where every second of downtime costs you money, this is a massive, massive deal.
And it's not just the guarantee. You can host 3 sites, you get that faster SSD storage, unlimited bandwidth so you don't have to worry about traffic spikes, and they even back up your site twice a week. The whole package is just built from the ground up for total peace of mind.
But what if you're a speed freak? What if you need your pages to load, instantly, to keep visitors from bouncing and to keep Google's algorithm happy? Well, then you meet the speed demon of the group, A2 Hosting. And this right here shows you exactly what they're all about. Their special servers are built to be up to 20 times faster than what you'd get with standard old-school shared hosting.
For a plan that's still in the budget category, that kind of speed boost is just insane.
On top of the speed, you also get unlimited storage and transfer, which is great. They'll even move your website over for free if you're coming from another host. That saves a huge headache. And their support is 24/7, 365. You can't beat that.
All right, so we've gone through the toolkit, we've met the top players, so how do you pick? It really comes down to one simple thing. You have to match the host's biggest strength to your #1 goal.
And this chart makes it super simple. If your main goal is just getting the best bang for your buck, the best overall deal, go with Bluehost. If you absolutely cannot have your site go down, ever, then you want Namecheap. And if you need your site to be blazing fast, A2 Hosting is the one for you.
So there you do. It might seem complicated, but there's a clear path to finding great, cheap web hosting. The foundation for your next big idea, your business, your blog, it's right there for the taking. The only question left is, which one are you going to choose to build it on?